not long ago, the students came to me and said, Ms. Simon, we know who we want for our keynote speaker. And I said, who do you want? And they informed me that they wanted Ms. Wilson. Now, Ms. Jameson said, Ms. Wilson is a key member to all a member in your lives. She's one of those superheroes that's in your lives. She's known many of you since 6th grade, and she dealt with all kinds of things. She lifted you up when you were sad. She guided you when you were off track, and you heard her voice when she told you when you were not wearing that uniform correct. Ms. Wilson not only is a guidance counselor, she is a founder of an organization called 3D Ministries, and I told her I wanted to make a joke, and she says, Ms. Simon, you know how your jokes go. And there's only 2 people who laugh at my jokes, that's me and my husband, but I'm going to go for it anyway. I'm going to go for it anyway. All right, maybe I should. So, in any case, Ms. Wilson has inspired us for years. She has the young ladies and men in the building dancing. Even last year, I had the honor of working and dancing with Ms. Wilson in Central Park at the Great Bandstand. And we also had a multi-generational dance performance to honor our lost colleague, Ms. Elaine Savage. And it was organized by Ms. Wilson. Ms. Wilson, on a regular basis, even when she is not in the building, is lifting people up. Every day, you didn't know this, Ms. Wilson and I have been in communication. So at this point, I appreciate and want to let you know that how much I appreciate Ms. Wilson, and I'd like to invite her here to the podium to give you the keynote speech. Please give her a round of applause, Ms. Wilson.
I wasn't expecting all of that. Let me just stop for a minute. I just want to tell you thank you for requesting me, or just thank you for the fact that you remembered. Just thank you for your well wishes and your words, and how much I've missed all of you. I just wanted to start by saying how humbled and honored I am by receiving your invitation to be the keynote speaker for your graduation today. Many of you have been here at TPS since 6th grade, and some of you have come in since 9th grade. However, what really matters right now is that you are here. And I'm very happy to see all of you today. When I received this invitation, I began pondering on what would I say. I thought of creating an interpretive dance, which would have been different. Then there were a sudden turn of events on Friday that slapped the reality of life into my face, and then I knew exactly what I needed to say. Suddenly, and in an instant, your life can change. We had an example of that happening on Friday when the TPS community lost Mrs. Lewis Cardigan. She was here one minute giving advice to take care of yourself, and the next minute she was gone. Suddenly and in an instant, my life was changed when my mother was killed in a freak accident in 2004. This experience changed my life forever because the Saturday prior to the accident, which happens to be Valentine's Day, my spirit nudged me all day to call my mother to tell her I love her. I picked up my phone several times in the course of the day to call her, and I would put it back down because I was trying to convince myself to drive to Brooklyn to go see her. Needless to say, due to my laziness and procrastination, I never called my mother, and I never got to speak to her again. I learned a dare lesson for allowing my poor decisions to deter me from an opportunity that I would never have again. How many of you have been guilty of this? Have you ever heard the saying, don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today? Well, tomorrow is not promised to any of us. That's the dare lesson that I learned. It is not promised to any of us. That's why we cannot take these moments, these times, these opportunities for granted. That's why it's so important for us to demonstrate our love and our appreciation to those who have worked so hard and significantly in our lives. You know those, the ones who worked hard putting up with you, whether you were good, bad, or indifferent. The ones that helped you get to this point today, such as your mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, that uncle, aunt, grandmother, grandfather, even the foster parent or adoptive parent that took you in, your teachers, your supportive staff, your counselors, your administrative staffs, and your principal. What about your friends, the ones who have been true, trustworthy, and thoughtful? Have you said thank you? Have you said I loved you? Have you said I appreciate you? And I thank you for everything you've done for me? Have you? Don't allow life's best opportunities to pass you by being lazy, procrastinating, poor decisions, arrogance, anger, or an attitude. A few of you almost didn't make it here today because of those behaviors. Sometimes that opportunity will only come around once, and there's a deadline and a due date that is final, because the time is of the essence, and not always in your control. Suddenly and in an instant, opportunities are happening all around you every day, in every way, which is the true reality of our world we live in today. Remember, life doesn't owe you anything, but you owe yourself to live. Which is one of the best? Which one would it be for you? You decide. I love you all so dearly. I miss you all. I wish you nothing but the best. And I pray that God will continue to cover you and keep you in every way that you go. Thank you.
Good job, baby.
Thank you. Let's give her another round of applause. Ms.